Hello guys, welcome to yet another new session of my channel, that is Rituja Ki Pathshala. Myself Rituja Nirvan. Guys, in the previous lecture we have seen regarding the different type of clauses, different type of aggregate functions. What are the types of aggregate function? What are the type of clauses? What are the usage of it? Where we can implement it, and with the different kind of examples and into the different scenarios. Okay. Now in the today's lecture, guys, we are going to see, as you can see on my screen, that is clauses with the aggregate function. Means as you know already that there are 5 types of aggregate function. If you don't know about this anything, then please go to my channel and refer to the previous lectures. In the playlist of SQL Server Management Studio, you will get all the aggregate functions videos. Each and every aggregate function is explained in a very well manner, and also before that we have covered all type of clauses and each of the clause one by one. Okay, now in the today's lecture we are going to see the mixture of it, how these aggregate functions are used with the clauses simultaneously. Okay, one in the same scenario. Okay, for all these let's like fetch one of the table from my database, that is employee details table. I have this table, okay, and semicolon. Now select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, wait a minute. Okay. So see, these are the employee details table. Now these are the aggregate functions and these are the clauses. So now if my requirement is like that, I want the maximum salary of the employee details table. From the employee details table, I want the record who is having the maximum salary, and also I want the name with this. So what I will do, how I will use that? So I want the maximum salary. First of all, I will write that max, and my aim is I want salary, maximum salary. Okay, comma, I want the name also with that, who is having that salary. So ename. From the table name is like employee details table. Okay, now remember one thing, guys. Now I want the ename with it. So whenever you are writing any of the column, additional column with the aggregate function might be anyone, that is mean, max, sum, average, count. Whenever you are writing any of the additional column with the aggregate function, at that time you need to compulsory use the group by clause. You need to compulsory use group by clause and write that column, additional column name with it, and semicolon. Got it? So see, here I have written the additional column name as ename from employee details and group by ename. Okay. Now here I will select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, I am getting the maximum salary and whose name is Aditya. If I want the column name, no column name is given. So if I want to give the column name, so I can give here the alias name as alias name. So that is max salary holder. We can give the column name as this salary holder, comma ename from employee details group by ename. So select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So we are having the record, that is Aditya is having the max salary as 54,000. Then Ellen is having the salary of 50k, that is 50,000. Then Girish is having the salary of 10,000, 10,000, 65,000, 6 lakh 57,000. So guys, as you can see, I am getting maximum salary. If I am doing this only I am like maximum salary I want, and hitting the execute button. So here invalid name, because column employee details ename is invalid in the, okay, wait. If I am not writing this column name, and we are just simply doing aggregate function with this, that select maximum salary as a maximum salary holder from the employee details table. Select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So we are getting the maximum salary. Now what we have done, by the group name, group by the ename. That's why according to that also it is giving you the output. So if I am like again more columns I am having, just let's see. Let's say we want the department number with that. So let's say we want the department number. So comma department number we will say, okay, and group by department number. Select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, we are getting properly, and by E name it was like by the alphabetical order somewhere. That's why it was giving us that type of output. But to now, and when we have to, as soon as we took the department number, it has given us a proper maximum salary holder as department number 10, then 20 and 30. There are only 3 department number present inside our table. As you can see there are only 3 department number. So this is the max aggregate function with the group by with the group by yes, with the group by clause. Okay, now let's see. I am having the scenario. Let's go to the original table. Okay, now I am having the scenario like I want the minimum MGR number, which is, and also I want the hire date with that, and whose department number, or let's say whose MGR number should be greater than 7656. If I am having this for more understanding, I am writing the question. See, I want the MGR value. MGR value, it should be minimum MGR value. Then with that I want the hire date. Okay, hire date additional column we need, and again after in that we want employee number should be greater than 7656. Okay, this is our requirement. Now how to solve this? So let's see. Now we want apologies, select. Okay, minimum MGR. So MGR column I am taking. Okay, now with that I need the hire date, so I am taking that one, hire date from my table name, that is employee details table. Okay, now group by hire date. So it will be grouped by hire date column, and as per that it will give you the output. Now here we want employee number should be greater than 7656. Now as you know already guys, as I've told you just a few seconds ago, that with the any kind of aggregate function, if there is any additional column, there you need to compulsorily use group by clause, and after group by clause should be followed by that additional column name, which is hire date here in this case. Okay, now we are having one more condition, that where employee number should be greater than 7656. Now normally we are using the where clause, but here you need to use the having clause. Okay, now having employee number, okay, should be having employee number greater than 7656. Okay, semicolon. Now let's select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, we are getting the error is invalid in the having clause because it is not containing either an aggregate function or the group by clause. Okay, now here we can also give here comma employee number, because they are saying that it is not in the group by clause, not in the having clause as well. So we can give here employee number and comma employee number. Let's say, is it working or not? Having employee number should be greater than this one. So let's see. Because it was not identifying employee number, because after having clause we are all of a sudden giving the employee number should be greater than, but it should also have that employee number in the when we are fetching any kind of data from the table, in that way as well. And as I already told you, if there are any kind of additional columns, it should be followed by the group by clause. So as here you can see group by, and this additional column hire date and employee number. So according to our condition, we are able to fetch only one record, that is should be employee number should be greater than 7656. So see, employee number is 7777, then hire date is it, and we need to select minimum MGR, that is minimum MGR is 7656. No column name is given, so you can give here the alias name, that is minimum MGR. Okay. Now here select this piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, 7656 required. This is my requirement. Here we have covered the group by clause and the having clause as well in the same query. Okay. So this is little bit big query, so here it might be. Okay, now let's go to original table and let's see again one more query. Now what I want guys, I will write here for your more understanding. I want the average of I want the average of the salary, okay, I want the average of the salary, and followed by I also want the name for that, their names as well, and I want where department number should be is not equal to 10. Department number should not be equal to 10. Equals to, or we can say we want department number 20 and 30, not 10. Okay. Now what we can say here? So select. Now what we want? Average salary. So select average salary. Okay. Comma followed by e name. Okay. Then again we want to use department number as well. So that's why we are using this column as well. Department number. From my table name, that is employee details table. Okay, from employee details, then group by e name. Okay, additional columns followed by group by, and as I've already told you, department number. Okay, having, we want department number. Now here we can use the in operator. What is operator and what is all, we are going to see in the further lectures very soon. Department number in, what we want? Department number 20, 30. We need both. So let's see what happens. See, we are getting the value. We are getting the average salary and name is Hina. Now for the department number 20, the average salary is 78,000. For the 20 and 30, we are getting both. This requirement is fulfilled. Department number should be 20 and 30. So see, now we are getting the e name, yes, and we are getting the average salary. So for the department number 20, whatever the average salary is there we are getting that. If we are not writing the department number and if we are writing that employee number, so, or we are writing MGR number, let's say, and let's say MGR. Now what are the MGR numbers? For that we need to fetch the original table. Let's say, so MGR greater than, let's say, 7,000. Yeah, so each and everything will be covered. Having MGR okay, semicolon. Now let's see what is the output for this. Select the piece of code and hit the execute button. So see, for each MGR value we are getting the salary, average salary. And if you want normally, if you don't want to use having clause, and if you normally followed by the e name, let's see what will be the output. See, so because each name is unique, because of that we are getting for each name their salary. And in that case department number is not unique, it is very like different means similar sets of department number we are having, that is 10, 20 and 30 in the table. So let's see what's the output. So see, for the 10th department number the average salary is this one, for the 20th department number average salary is this one, and for the 30th department number average salary is this one. Okay, and as you can see no column name, so here we can give the column name as average salary by department. Okay, so these are the column, this is the particular query. So aggregate function with the group by clause, and we have seen aggregate function with the group by and a combination of group by and having clause. Okay, and select clause and from clause we are already using, and whenever we are using the order by clause, it is just a normal order by clause, and whenever there is a very different kind of scenario, like you need to count any of the thing, then you need to their group by clause as well with that aggregate function, and there you need to order by, means you need to order that data in the ascending or descending order. At that time you are using the order by clause. Okay, so if we, in this case we need any kind of examples, so here we can see that let's say for select let's say count, we need to count department number. Okay, okay, count department number, and for that MGR, or yeah, MGR then from normally or table name, that is employee details. Now having count of department from MGR having, then group by MGR. Okay, group by MGR, order by. Here we can see order by count star. So see, here for each MGR value we are getting the count, that is this MGR is having one count and this MGR is having two count. It is fulfilling the query. And here order by count means because here by default it is taking 717174. I think it is taking ascending order by default. Yeah, if you want descending order then you need to write DESC. Let's see is it taking or not. No, it is not taking, because in the original order by clause it is taking ASC and DESC. Okay, now here in this way you can use the order by clause, but I would prefer you guys that generally the order by clause is not used with the combination of the aggregate function. If there is any like a different kind of scenario where you need that kind of where you need to complete the requirement of that kind of feature, at that time only order by clause is used with the combination of aggregate function. Okay, so this is all about guys the clauses with the aggregate function, its usage with the different kind of scenarios. Okay guys, so in the coming lecture we are going to see the many more things as like the alias name in the SQL server. And thank you so much guys for your very precious time, and have a nice day ahead.